Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy D Nally, aka Dodge Wally, and we are back at it with another Forza 7 build video, man. Now, if you guys are enjoying these Forza 7 videos, definitely don't forget to hashtag Forza 7 down in the comment section. And as always, smash that like button to let me know you guys want to see more Forza 7 videos, man. But as always, in today's video, we're going to be taking another request, man. So we're going to, you know, as I have been saying lately, going against the grain, man. And, you know, as opposed to taking the request that pretty much everybody is requesting on the videos lately, I've been taking, you know, you could say a little bit of an oddball. Let's say some cars that we haven't done in a while on the channel, man. So today's request is coming from a couple of different people. Logan Hendra and Madison Cron both want to see Camaro builds. Two separate YouTubers, by the way, that they want to see done. But today we are going to be taking it back to the basics, man. Now, for those of you guys who have been subscribed to the channel for a while, know that we do this little segment called RICER builds, man. And what better car to do a RICER build with than the eagle screeching, shotgun holding, mullet wearing Chevrolet Camaro, man. So what I want to do is skim through a couple of different options. Oh, they got a Chevy Colorado there, man. Believe that's a diesel. Would be cool to see that build. Let me know if you guys want to see a Chevrolet Colorado build done on the channel. But yeah, we're going to have to skim through a few of our different Camaro options here. My favorite being either the IROC or this generation right here. I don't know what you call this, I guess 2002. I like that round body style, but we're going to see if we can find an IROC Camaro, because that is the ultimate mullet machine, if I do say so myself. Now, we're going back quite a ways here in the Chevrolet archives, I guess you could say. Doesn't look like we have the IROC Camaro here, but I think the next best bet. Oh, we do have an IROC. The IROC Z right there, ladies and gentlemen, 1999. I'm almost torn because I was, you know, I was thinking we were going to be doing this 2002. Now, I'm at a debate here, ladies and gentlemen, because to be honest, the IROC Z, the original mass murderer, you know, Camaro. But let's be honest, man, that 02, I think that 35th anniversary edition Camaro needs a little bit of love, man. So let's go ahead and buy this thing up in the only color that it came available with. Looks like Chevrolet could only afford to produce one color for this particular model of Camaro, but I understand, man, the budget must have been small back in 02. But now what we need to do, obviously, is jump into the tuning and upgrades. Now, as a RICER, what would we do if we owned a Camaro? Well, for one, it would probably be a V6, so it wouldn't have this big beefy V8 that we're starting out with right here. But we're going to check out a couple of our different options here. 6.2 liter V8, 7 liter V8, or a 5.9 V8, looking like a Ford motor, I want to say. We're going to leave the stock powertrain in here. Hopefully, you know, now I have a funny feeling that a Chevrolet V8 from 2002 probably puts out just as much power as my G35 V6 from, I'm going to say 2004, man. So we're going to go ahead and leave that powertrain. Now, as a RICER, we always have big dreams of doing turbochargers, superchargers, all that good stuff, nitrous. For now, this is going to stay on the wish list because as a RICER, we are too poor to afford that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, RICERs like body kits, and oh my goodness, Chevrolet and Forza coming together for what looks like probably the biggest chin splitter that I have ever seen. We got an old quagmire happening right now, and I'm kind of digging it. That wing, oh, a wing on top of a wing. Ladies and gentlemen, if that does not scream RICER, I don't know what does, man. This build's already starting to make me smile just a little bit. What do we have for a hood? a big old RICER hood scoop. This is gonna be absolutely amazing. Now, as far as the tire compound goes, we'd probably still, as a RICER, be rocking the same set of tires that came on this thing from 2002. So we're just gonna go ahead and leave the stock tire compound on there. Now, rim style has to be probably one of my favorite aspects of the RICER builds, because you just get to have fun. So we're gonna find some big old chrome dollies on here. We're gonna dub this thing out real quick. I'm obviously, you know, gonna share that experience with you guys here. Now, a couple of different styles here that I'm really into, but we're gonna look for probably the most, you know, ricey 2002 chromey looking. I mean, these right here are pretty much the go-to when it comes to rice. So let's go ahead and toss those bad boys on there. Hopefully we can make those wheels just a little bit bigger, which it looks like we can. We are rocking what appears to be only 20-inch rims, man. But on this car, they actually do look quite big, I'm not going to lie. But that's not going to stop us. I'm happy with the way they are looking real quick. Now, the drivetrain, clutches, usually slipping, transmissions, often automatic in the RICER world. So we're going to go ahead, leave our transmissions the way that they are. Brakes, you know how it is, metal on metal, the old situation. Now, typically, we would be putting a rally suspension on here had we been in Horizon 3. But since we're not, we are going to install the best coilover that we can get here. And we're going to make some minor adjustments once we get into the tuning. Now, as a RICER, weight reduction, probably one of the only things that we can afford to do, aside from buying these sweet-ass rims that we just put on here. Intake and exhaust, probably the first mods for any car guy, and obviously the first mods for any RICER. Not to say that every car guy is a RICER, but more often than not, a RICER infatuation will start with an intake and a big old fart cannon. Now that we got that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and save this to the car real quick and then jump into the tuning shop here. Now, one of the things that I did want to do was to the springs. We got to raise this thing up out of the way, you know, way out of the way so that we can jump over speed bumps, jump over curbs. Now, RICERs, there's a new breed of RICER, the slammed and stance RICER, not going to lie. Probably the one that you're going to see more often than not, but an 02, you know, big chrome rims, lifted suspension was definitely the way to go. So we're going to go ahead and do that to this car real quick. Also, soften up that suspension because who doesn't love a comfortable ride? Now that that stuff is out of the way, probably one of the most notable things that any RICER should have is a dope paint job. So we are going to start out with a nice fluorescent green or maybe a baby blue. Now keep in mind, RICERs need to be absolutely hideous. The common colors, red and green, purple and green, you know, just the more often than not seen RICER colors. We're going to go with something a little bit different on this one. I'm going to pick a yellow starter scheme. Then we are going to do something that I really don't do very often, and that is paint the wheels on my RICER car. Now, typically, chrome is the way to go. Everybody does love chrome, but I got something a little bit special in store for this thing. Don't really get the opportunity to do the RICER builds, so let's, you know, why not get creative? So as you can see, we are doing a yellow and blue scheme here. Previous colors, where's my blue, man? As you can see, looking pretty ugly right now, but I'm hoping that by the time we're done, it's gonna more than likely look even worse, man. So let's go ahead and save that to the current car. And lastly, but not leastly, apply some sweet ass decals. Now, if you guys have not been put up on game as far as the RICER decals go, well, let me just tell you, man, we're gonna need either some checker flags, which I think would be appropriate for this American Stallion right now. Either some checkered, you know, some racing stripes, that look like a winning flag because all we do is win. Or, you know, some tribal, maybe a lightning stripe. I'm going to skim through a couple of different possibilities here. But I don't know, man. I'm thinking that, you know, that winner's circle is where I would like to be. Previous colors. We do have the blue. Is that the same blue from our wheels? It looks like it. So let's go ahead and resize that up. Oh, this thing is looking sweet already. So let's see. The line's looking pretty good on this. As far as I'm concerned, you know, looking quite rice. But I think it should be just a little bit more... Back, yeah, right there, buds. Right there. Looking good. Let's insert all from the right side. And I'm just going to do a little bit of an accent aigu. I think that's French. I don't really know what it means. But I'm going to just say a little bit of an accent. Actually, I don't even know what the accent aigu means. That's that little mark that you put on top of words when you want to do the accent. For all those French viewers of mine out there, as you guys can see, man, didn't pay much attention to French class, but we're still out here trying, man, and that's half the battle. So now that we got all of our rap out of the way, I think we are just about ready to rock and roll with this thing. And I am stoked. I almost want to go online and get some reaction videos, but unfortunately, haven't figured out a way to record my own voice and other people's voices, so we're just going to keep it offline, and we'll just get the reactions from you guys on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and select some sort of a track that is, I guess, different from something that we've done in the past. You know, with Forza Horizon 3, you get the option to just free roam. We got to kind of pick our poison here, ladies and gentlemen. But I hope you guys are as excited as I am to see what this beast of a car is all about. A whole 300 horsepower coming from a big old American V8, fueled off of Bud Light and hot dogs. Actually, I don't know if Americans eat a lot of hot dogs. As a Canadian, I can say I rather enjoy myself a little Frankfurt, if I do say so myself. You know, I also, I prefer Budweiser as opposed to the Bud Light. I'm not exactly sure you know, what the reason is with Americans drinking light beer all the time. I guess you gotta stay sober because you never know when you're gonna have to go and fight for freedom. But, you know, it's, as a Canadian, I prefer my beers a little bit more flavorful, shall we say. We have these things up here in Canada called craft beers, IPAs, India Pale Ales. They've got a little bit of a fuzzy flavor to them. And, you know, but, hey, man, when you're rocking out a paint job and a wrap job as dope as this thing, maybe you can't afford the, you know, the full 5% beers. You got to go for that little light beer. Oh, look out. Almost putting her into the wall on the skid pad there. Taking out a couple of cones. Don't mind if I do. I'll park this thing anywhere. Don't even mind me. Wheelchair accessible. But, I mean, as a Infiniti G35 owner, Nissan lover, I used to be a Chevy guy. Did have myself a Chevrolet Impala, which I thought was, you know, I thought that I was Snoop Dogg, let's be honest. But, you know, I gotta say, man, these old crusty, dusty, raggedy-ass Camaros, if you're a Camaro owner, I apologize, but they're just not floating my boat anymore, man, which is unfortunate because, you know, I've always been about brand loyalty, and if your brand is just turning to absolute dookie, then there's really nothing that I can do for you. But I think I've talked enough smack, man. For those of you guys who are still sticking around and haven't gone and made some sort of a hate comment down in the comments section, you guys know that the RICER builds All 100% jokes, man. Big fan of the Camaro. Maybe we'll do a race to nice. Hashtag race to nice down in the comments section if you guys want to see me build this car as I would if I was not a RICER, man. But I'm thinking we're probably going to put an end to this one. As always, I'm your boy D-Nally, a.k.a. Don Squally, and we're going to catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace. Don't die. Oh, shit. Where you going, bro? Don't be creeping on my friend. Don't be creeping on my friend. You and your homie. Oh, nut shot. Nut shot. Oh, buddy. Go. And your boy, man. Get him out of here. Oh, fucking. Oh, my God.